180. Sit on. Sit on. 180. Sit on. 180. Sit on. Hold on, ready? Sit on. DC, ready? Ready, shot. Sit on. Sit on.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48. Built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Three 3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options. But when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. You look at this Packers defense. Well, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
2nd and 10. They go play action with Jackson. That went out wide and intercepted. And the Packers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
Here we go, here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Come on.
Again, it's Henry. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Well, this defense for the Packers, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for them to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for them to escape the pocket and run.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
13.
A handoff, running left, Henry. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. You look at this Packers defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Quay Walker. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Off the play fake, Love. Open man is Musgrave, the tight end. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. They work now on 2nd and 9. To throw now. Here's Love. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A stoppage here following the play, and it looks like Josh Jacobs was shaken up and in need of some assistance. Love from the gun on 3rd down. Touchdown, Packers! Quez Watkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him.
Here's a diving catch right side. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Here's 2nd and 10. This is Walker. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Anytime your offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Play action. Now Jackson rolling to his right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now. Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having the... And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
At the 33-yard line.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing. Love. Towards the middle and caught by Musgrave. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Up the middle they go. It's Lloyd. The 20. Down to the 10. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Marshawn Lloyd, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Play action. It's Jackson. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On third down, Henry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now it's Jackson. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take over here up near the 40. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Following the interception, Love. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now a handoff up the middle. Lloyd. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 50 yards rushing for him now to this point. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
Let's go.
Now Love. That is caught. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Romeo Doubs, 52 yards. And the Packers take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They go play action now. Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Throwing is Jackson. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
And out of bounds right around the 20.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On play action. Love to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
The veteran Kyle Van Noy in there to drop him. I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback, but here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off, and guess what? The quarterback's down.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Marshawn Lloyd.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Packers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, it's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away, but this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's the 2nd down and 6.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, You're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he's got some space here. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Hey, report. It's hot.
And now Jackson will look to throw it.
Connection with Walker going across the formation. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Mitchell trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Henry.
And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2.
And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. But he is not going to make it into the end zone. They stop him short, so they'll add only 6 as we come up on halftime. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here, as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Jackson. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Has not been a big game for him throwing the football. I think he feels like, let's try something different. Let's use the legs here and see if we can make some plays.
And no passing touchdowns, yardage not where he would like it. Try something new. It worked there.
Hey, Ozzie, sit up.
Here's Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Henry out of the pistol. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
The Ravens send their punter out now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Ready? 19, Tiger. Ready?
Love looking to throw it. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, it would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Throwing left side, and Watson has it. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Love now. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted. And
that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Off the play fake, here's Jackson going deep for Walker. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there, they didn't get it. But boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Running left, it's Henry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 75 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
And the busy night for Henry continues. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Jackson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. There he goes, left side. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They'll try the right side with Henry. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Finding Walker complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Ravens 13. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Love. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
On 1st down, it's Lloyd. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 63 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. So he stopped for no gain, and it's 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau.
Ready up.
Now is 2nd and 10.
Set.
Up the middle they go. Lloyd. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Love, they go play action now. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Lloyd will take this one in for a Packer touchdown.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Henry again on 2nd down.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 45 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
They go play action with Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and a mile.
13.
Now Jackson. And now here is another interception.
And the Packers are going to get the football here at their own 23.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lloyd, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
3rd down and 1.
They'll try the left side. Lloyd. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
117 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Lloyd. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Love. and the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
2 yards to go, second down.
Jackson now. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Middle.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Lloyd, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 12-yard line.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you could just keep going with it, can't you?